Hey, it's Camo for Nashville Access Pie Wagon Sessions here at the Pie Wagon off Music Row in Nashville. The guest today looks an awful lot like this, and that's because that's him, Marty Heddin. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you, Camo.
This was one of my favorite records of last year.
Appreciate that.
It is, I mean, it's an EP, so you've got 6 songs on there, and it seriously is all killer.
Thank you.
It really is. Produced by Keith Stegall. You can't get much better than that when it comes to traditional country.
You really can. I was blessed to have Keith in the project. It kind of was a fluke the way it happened.
Really?
I looked into it. You know, Keith has come to hear me years and years ago, a couple of venues and stuff. And he had a lot of stuff going on at the time, and the situation we were in this time a couple of years ago, it all came together with the owners of the club that I work at, and Keith was looking for a new project, and I was wanting to do a project, and the owners of the club I work at wanted to put some money behind me, and Keith was interested, and this came together. I mean, real quick, and it was awesome. That's an awesome experience.
He brings a hell of a track record.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
does.
Skip Ewing, right, and most recently Aaron Watson.
Yep.
So you're in pretty solid company there.
Yeah, and then, you know, of course, Alan Jackson.
Yep,
Nobody.
Alan Jackson.
I mean, undeniable right there. So,
and your sound seems to be a real blend of all of those artists. You've got a great traditional sound, but it's also, I wouldn't brand you as traditional quite as Aaron. You know, you've still got I hate. People say that commercial's got a negative connotation to it, but it means people want it.
Right, yeah. I'm fine with commercial.
Yeah.
I'm fine with people sounding commercial.
It's a commercial traditional.
Yeah, you know, what contributes to that is, you know, I've been playing in honky tonk since I was 21 years old.
Yeah.
And
so good 4 years.
Yeah. So I play cover music every night, you know, a tribute, you know, I try to get people on the dance floor every night dancing. Yeah. So, you know, I sing everybody, George Strait, Alan Jackson, Tim McGraw. Garth Brooks, you know, I've always sang all their stuff. So, but at the same time, when I learn a song from an artist, say an Alan Jackson song, you know, when we learn it like the record, of course. You know, you want people to be familiar with it. Yeah. And you know, after 2 or 3 times of doing it, we put our own spin on stuff. You know, I'll put my own vocal inflections in there, or I'll make it my own style. Yeah. And eventually, it feels like my own song. And it really has to be if you're going to do it every night of the week, the same crowd, basically. So I think that's where the commercial side for me comes in, and I just throw my little extra added touch to it, so you know, you get what you get right there. So.
We were talking earlier about doing covers and how, you know, that's kind of what you do when you're working a honky tonk, because your job is to pack the dance floor.
Get them dancing and get them drinking.
That's right. And how tough that can be to be doing covers all the time, but you're also learning all these great songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Being able to put your own.
Yeah, we don't like, you know,
who you are as a vocalist doing these great songs.
Exactly. Well, like the interview you just had.
Yeah.
His influences, Merle Haggard, all them guys. Well, you know, my influences, you know, Alan Jackson, George Strait, you know, all the guys. So, the more you sing their music, you have your own style anyway to begin with. But then the more other artists you sing, you kind of develop the style that you already had. You develop it even more. So, it helps a lot. You know, it helps with songwriting and all aspects of music, playing, everything.
Now this record, the single right now is Game Changer, right? Or no, Hammered. Hammered is the single right now. When we featured that on the show a while ago. But Game Changer too is just such a great song.
Thank you.
You're doing well in the Texas charts. Are you starting to make kind of an indent outside of Texas and other places?
We're trying to set up a little radio tour coming up, you know, maybe venture outside of Texas, because all I played is Texas. Yeah. So.
Like that's not a big enough job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can turn Texas forever, make a living. You know, I mean, all the Texas guys do it. So, but yeah, obviously the big goal and the dream is to get out of Texas. You know, nationwide, you know, maybe worldwide. Who knows? But we're trying. You know, it's a long process and hard to do. So
the international, you know, because we do a lot of stuff internationally, the UK especially just loves Texas music.
Yeah.
And I think it's partially because, you know, back in the day when George and Alan and all those guys would release stuff, the labels would say, okay, that's for the U.S., but you have to wait 2 or 3 weeks for the UK and Europe. And I could never get the logic behind that, but they did it. But Texas artists, that's where they kind of found a niche to slip in and get their music out, be able to be accessible to fans.
Exactly. Yeah. Here recently on my Facebook page, you know, the lady who handles all my PR stuff, we've been reached out from New Zealand, Germany, a lot of places overseas.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, that's pretty neat. I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's a different place to go, and you know, maybe I'll have to get my passport and fly over there sometime.
What's the name of the honky tonk here? Always
Cowboys Dance Hall.
Cowboys Dance Hall. Right?
We have one in San Antonio, and our club in Dallas is called Cowboys Red River.
Okay, cool. So if you're going to be in San Antonio or Dallas, then go to Cowboys.
Check us out.
That's right. You want to do a song?
Sure will.
Now,
Let's do Game Changer.
we had a bit of an issue because you were going to play and then you
Yeah.
started juggling knives.
I'm not shooting finger anybody. That's a ring finger. Yeah, we just moved into a new house, moved back to San Antonio area, and so we're trying to start over. New furniture, new everything. So my wife and I'm a good cook.
Yeah.
I like to cook. And so she bought me this new set of knives, you know, with the block and everything. And so the first night I was all right. I bought a brand new grill, had the grill set up outside. I said, I'm gonna make hamburgers. Flattened all the meat out. So all right, it's time to cut the vegetables. So I'm just sitting there slicing tomato. And I look down and there's blood all over the counter. So I'm like, hey.
Tomato has,
So I had to go find one of them little 24-hour clinics
Oh, man.
at 10 o'clock at night. And you sit in there forever, and I'm gonna have a paper towel in my hand. And so I get in there, she numbs my fingers, and it's like this little old lady.
Yeah.
I mean, she pricks my fingers with the numbing juice, you know, and then she comes in and she's shaking, and she has this little bitty tiny needle, putting 4 stitches in my finger. And I wish I would have got it on video. It was hilarious because she's barely shaking the whole time. I was like, one of them already came out, so I don't know if that's good or not.
Yeah. It's surgery, not needle point.
Yeah. But you know, at least the Band-Aid matches my skin color.
Oh, there you go. I think they go for that. All right, so let's do the song.
All right, let's do Game Changer.
All right, Marty Heddin.
You see that girl right there with the moonlight shining in her hair? Buddy, she's the one that I told you about. You know this restless heart of mine ain't the falling in love kind, but I think it might be too late for that now. That girl is a game changer, a soul saver, the devil in me's in a world of danger. This hellraiser is a backseat taker now. Since she come around, that girl is a risk taker, a wild horse breaker. When the lights go down, she's a sweet love maker, and I finally found the one I can't live without. That girl is a game changer. There's just something about her smile that drives me a different kind of wild, that makes me want to lay it all out on the line. And everybody around here knows this is about the time that I let go, but I can't afford to say goodbye this time. 'Cause that girl is a game changer, a soul saver, the devil in me's in a world of danger. This hellraiser is a backseat taker now. Since she come around, that girl is a risk taker, a wild horse breaker. When the lights go down, she's a sweet love maker, and I finally found the one I can't live without. That girl is a game changer. That girl is a game changer, a soul saver, the devil in me's in a world of danger. This hellraiser is a backseat taker now. Since she come around, that girl is a risk taker, a wild horse breaker. When the lights go down, she's a sweet love maker, and I finally found the one I can't live without. That girl is a game changer. That girl is a game changer.
Very cool.
Nice song.
Very cool. That is a great song.
Appreciate it.
It's a game changer.
It is a game changer. That's the peanut gallery. Is one Texan complimenting another, which is really cool. How well is this being received in Texas?
Pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's radio liking it?
I wish more radio would like it. You know, it's like I'm from Dallas, and we're like, come on, Dallas, play it. You know, and I've lived in San Antonio the last 12 years or so, and it's like, come on, San Antonio, play it. But you know, a lot of the spots that I drive from Dallas to San Antonio, like Waco's playing it, so I can drive through there on the way.
Yeah, that's
hopefully
right.
hear it. And some places out west Texas are playing it. Laredo.
Cool.
It's like really the outskirts, if you think about it, I guess. But we want Dallas, San Antonio. Come on.
That's right. Dallas, San Antonio radio, if you're watching this, get on this record. What have you got planned for the upcoming next few months?
We're trying to get a radio tour lined up to push Hammered. Go back to some of the stations in Texas and hopefully venture out.
Yeah.
Been talking to Stegall about going back into the studio,
Nice.
cut some more stuff pretty soon, so can't wait for that.
That'll
That's
be
gonna
nice.
fun, yeah. So
Yeah.
radio tour and cut some new music, that's really the future right now. So
This is just such a good album, and when I first heard it, I forget how it landed in my lap last year.
yeah, I'm trying to remember.
But I was just blown away, and to me, you're right up there with Aaron and Cody. And
Oh, thank you,
I
man.
mean, it's that good, and if the radio gods are smiling, they'll be playing this a lot because this is such a good record.
Thank you.
And Hammered is doing well.
Yeah.
You're on the charts with that.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a good up tempo, we want to start pushing it earlier in the summer.
Yeah.
And we hit a few snags and everything. It's a good upbeat summer song.
Yeah.
It's still hot outside. It's still summer in Texas. So
It's
so
always summer.
yeah, we'll let it do its run. So yeah, it'll be hot in Halloween in Texas. So
Yeah, Texas has 2 seasons,
Yeah.
hot and a couple of days in February. Yeah.
you might see one leaf change of color. Right?
It's fall.
Yeah.
Who are some of the guys that you looked up to, when you were coming up?
Oh man. Well, my idol is Ronnie Dunn.
Wow, that's the
and-
first time I've had it.
When I first started at Cowboys, I was kind of known for doing the Ronnie Dunn stuff because I have a real
That range.
similar. In fact, 4 years ago, a guy in Austin hired me to come in and do a whole Ronnie Dunn or Brooks and Dunn tribute album.
Wow.
And the funny story is, I sang the Ronnie Dunn cuts, like 20 songs, 20 of their hits.
Yeah.
And it was for a tribute band, a Brooks and Dunn tribute band, lip syncing to me singing Ronnie Dunn. It's very strange.
That is weird.
And it's called Neon Circus.
Wow.
You can look it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
But you'll see the guy that dressed like Brooks and Dunn.
Yeah.
He's lip syncing to me singing Ronnie Dunn.
That's hilarious.
It's pretty wild. I mean, so Ronnie Dunn, all-time idol. Before Cowboys, I sang a little opera circuit in North Texas.
Yeah.
We were weekend warriors, me and my parents when I was younger. We hit the operas. Back then, Vince Gill was a man, 'cause I was a high tenor in high school.
Yeah.
And, when I call your name and look at us and all that
All
stuff,
those
that was
high
my
notes.
forte back then. Yeah, so when I got into the honky-tonk scene, Brooks and Dunn, George Strait, all the honky-tonk guys, so those guys really, Strait, Brooks and Dunn, Vince Gill, big time back in the day, McBride the Ride. I like the singers,
I got to introduce you to Terry McBride.
I met Terry years ago.
Oh, did you?
I've been watching stuff on Facebook, man, and he's recut an album and stuff. And
Yeah,
so,
we were just with him Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And he's, and it's great because he's kind of now in the same kind of position as you. You know, he's trying to get back out there and get people familiar with him and learning it all over again.
Yeah. And his writing doesn't suck either. So.
Yeah, that's cool. Make sure you go and get this. It's available on iTunes and all those other places, and they can get it from your website.
Yes, martyheddin.com. Yep.
It is so good. You need this in your collection, and if you don't get it, I will hunt you down personally.
We'll hunt you down.
And make sure you get it. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks so much, Camo.
I really appreciate it.
Been looking forward to it. Glad we finally got to
Same
meet.
here, yeah. Marty Heddin, boys and girls, please go and get this. Buy it. You can stream it to discover it and say, yeah, I like that, but then please go and buy it so he gets paid. And new music coming out with Keith Stiegel helping him again. Thanks a lot, Marty.
Thanks, sir.
We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.